Well, welcome back to Wicker Media. This is Watsu-K99 from the Wicker Chair. It is the day after the Rangers have been eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs, losing in 6 games to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Their 10th straight playoff series win. Now they're going against the Colorado Avalanche for the Stanley Cup. Good luck to Colorado in that series. I don't want to spend time breaking down each and every individual game. I could barely even bring myself to watch last night. You know, earlier that afternoon, I went to a burger festival. They had 19 different restaurants, each one giving out a slider. I got through about 11 of them, and I knew my stomach was not feeling very well. I knew I'd overdone it, and I figured, why torture my stomach twice in one day? I pretty much drove the hour and 15 minutes back home, laid down, I slept for 2.5 hours. Woke up, it was 7:30, 7:45 at night. I said, I can't bring myself to watch this game. Because when they lost Game 5, the second time they lost with 1 or 2 minutes to go on the clock, I knew right there that it was done. Game 5 felt like Game 7. And I know this team had come back against Pittsburgh from 3-1. I know they'd come back from Carolina down 3-2. I was at Game 7, one of the best sports moments of my life, to be there for that game in Raleigh, North Carolina. Celebrating and going to the Eastern Conference Finals in a season that nobody expected this to ever happen. When Ryan Strome missed that open net, when Andrew Kopp set him up perfectly and he just can't tee it up, when he had half the net open, and it probably would have propelled the Rangers to victory. Even if they won Game 5, I don't know if I would have felt completely confident in the Rangers winning the series. Playing 20 games in 40 days, they were wearing down. There was no doubt about it. When he missed that open net, it really felt it was about over. It was the pin to the balloon. You could just tell. And then the goal comes with less than 2 minutes to go. Tampa takes the 1-goal lead. And it was over. There was no need to watch another second of not just that game, but the rest of the series. I couldn't even care that Frank Vatrano even scored 1 goal to tie Game 6 at 1-1. And then, of course, Tampa Bay scores 20 seconds later. It didn't matter. It just didn't matter. This team did not have enough. I know they were exhausted, but at the end of the day, nobody could score the goal that needed to be scored. I don't want to hear about Vasilevsky. They were able to dominate him for 2 games. As good as he is, well, hey, at least they didn't get the shutout. We had 6 straight shutouts in elimination games or in Game 7s, whatever it is. Well, that streak's over. Whoop-de-doo. The streak that had to end did not end, and that's the streak of Tampa winning 10 straight series, and now it's 11. So what I have trouble taking, though, is people saying, oh, it's early, they're ahead of schedule, just watch. They got the core in place. They got all this set up. They got all these guys under contract. This is the beginning of a big run. It's going to be great. Tell that to the San Jose Sharks. Tell that to the Vancouver Canucks of recent years. Tell that to the Philadelphia Flyers of the late 90s. To the New York Rangers, to my Rangers of the Henrik Lundqvist era, when it should have been our right to win a frickin' Stanley Cup. When Henrik deserved to lift that cup, and he never got to do it. Nothing is guaranteed, except you're going to be disappointed a lot more times than you're going to be happy when it comes to being a sports fan. Unless, of course, you live in Boston. Or if you're a fair weather fan that bounces from team to team. But at the end of the day, without the loyalty, there's nothing. Because if I switched any of my teams over, and then they won, it would never feel the same as it did for rooting for one of these four franchises that I root for, who have given me teases and garbage for almost 3 decades now. The last of any of my teams that have won a championship is the New York Rangers in 1994. I cannot remember the Mets of 1986. I was 5 years old when it took place. And that is basically it. It's so bad that when the United States wins a Ryder Cup in golf, I almost have to claim that as one of my own. It is that absurd. And when the Rangers won the Cup, I was in 7th grade. I'm now 40 years old. How much more do I need to say? How much more do I need to take? And this roster, This is not going to be the same team that's going to be coming back next season. 1/4 of this roster is going to turn over. You look at the free agents on this team: Andrew Kopp, Ryan Strome, Greg McKegg, Frank Vetrano, Tyler Mott. Capo Caco is a restricted free agent, and based off Game 6, the coach can't stand him. The fact that he benched Caco for this game absolutely disgusted me. And as a restricted free agent, I'm pretty sure if he doesn't have a big season this season, he is going to be gone. I don't know what kind of contract they're going to sign him to, but if I'm Capo Caco, I'm looking for a way out of New York as quickly as possible. Because clearly, the coach does not believe in him. It's obvious. He's playing Kevin Rooney and Dryden Hunt above him. You have got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding! It's a very emptying feeling. I just feel numb. I'm glad I live in an area where nobody really gives a rip about hockey. So I don't have to see like Lightning license plates or T-shirts or hats or anything like that. So I'll be putting the Henrik jersey up in the closet over that way. The banner is, I think that logo banner is not going to be seen for a little while unless the Rangers do something notable in the offseason. Do they have a chance to have a sustained run of decent success? Yes, they absolutely do. But Mika Zibanejad, Chris Kreider, Artemi Panarin, way too many times they did not show up in the playoffs. They all had their moments. They all had good moments. But they never gave the consistent production. I'm not asking them to be Connor McDavid or Nathan McKinnon. That isn't fair. But the fact that Andre freaking Palat can score the goals that he scored, Miguel Sergachev, a no-name defenseman, can score 2 goals. How come we can't get moments like that in these times? Really, at this point, the only thing I'm not going to watch one moment of the Stanley Cup Finals. I just hope Colorado beats Tampa Bay and beats them very efficiently and very quickly. I don't think that's going to happen. Look at the difference in goal. It's not even comparable. I think that'll probably be a pretty long series. And that's about it hurts. I almost forgot what it's like to hurt this bad after not making the real playoffs in 5 years as a Rangers fan. Well, I got the reminder, and it sucks. Now, at the end of the day, would I take this over losing to Pittsburgh in round 1, losing to Carolina in round 2? You know what? It can be valuable playoff experience if they know how to use it. And if Chris Drury, who has definitely shown signs of being a very good general manager, knows how to retool this team, can assess what they need, and then go out and get it with not a whole lot of salary cap space. I mean, the main free agents, Frank Vetrano, Tyler Mott, and Andrew Kopp, 3 guys who all came over at the trade deadline. My hope is they can keep at least 2. Ryan Strome, goodbye. I never want to see him on the Rangers again. This is too many open nets. I know he works well with Artemi Panarin. You know what? Kopp could do the same. Filipino can do the same. So Ryan Strome needs to get lost. I thank him for his time. It was a good trade. Goodbye. That's it. And yeah, I'm just doing this on a stream of consciousness right now. I didn't have any set notes. It took me almost a full day to even bring my emotions to the point where I felt like I could record and not yell and scream. I try not to do too much of it. I'm sure there will be points when I will. But I can tell you this: the end of Game 5, I didn't yell, I didn't scream, I didn't use any profanity. Even I was just numb because it felt inevitable. It was just like the inevitable blow. You knew the train was coming and you couldn't get out of the way of the tracks. I couldn't even get angry because I knew. It was just so inevitable. I wasn't angry after they lost Game 3 and we're up 2-1. Game 4 was like, okay, I'm getting nervous. They're starting to wear down. Tampa's figuring out how to play their game, but Game 5, they've got to figure this out. They have got to win Game 5 on home ice. That Game 5 is what killed it. So absolutely killed it. And now the streak continues. 28 years, no championships. In fact, I haven't even seen one of my teams make it to Game 6. Forget the Jets. Please. The Jets even get into a Super Bowl. I feel like the Earth would have to fall off its axis for that to happen. But, just think about Game 5s and just how pivotal they are. Now, I know the Rangers got to Game 6 in this series, but think about it. After the Rangers won in 94, the Knicks in 1999 lost in the finals in 5 games. The Mets in 2000 lost the World Series in 5 games. You have the Rangers in 2014 lose the final in 5 games. The Mets lose the 2015 World Series in 5 games. It would be an accomplishment to get to Game 6 of a final. I can't even get to that point. And after all these many years, there's times I wish I could just unplug and find like a new interest. I don't know what it would be. I don't know, cooking, drawing, freaking gardening. I don't even know what it would be. But it's the community that you get from being a sports fan. You know, I've met so many great people because of my love of these godforsaken franchises. And I wouldn't trade that. You know, I'm thankful for my friends. Of course, I've seen the worst of humanity as well through sports as well. I've seen some people who should be banned from social media and from Earth. They're just they're thieves of perfectly good oxygen. But we have a great group, and those of you who watch these videos and subscribe, thank you very much. It means a lot to me that you're taking time out of your day to hear my thoughts, to hear my opinions. The Lord only knows where this is going to go. Uh, it's a good outlet though, and I look forward to engaging with you all. Talk back at me. Let me know what your thoughts are. Right now the wounds are very fresh. At least I can smile. Yeah, it's not always easy to smile after some of these losses. I mean, there's hope, but this offseason, Chris Drury and Gerard Gallant are going to have a lot of big decisions to make, and I'm going to be fascinated to see what decisions those turn out to be. All right, that's all I got. The Lundqvist jersey is going to go in the closet, and you know the only blue jersey I have is a Ryan McDonough jersey. I don't even think I can bear to wear it again. I might take that one to the freaking Salvation Army or put it on YouTube. Not YouTube, email. Because yeah, that just hits too close to home. So maybe think about a new blue Rangers jersey. So now I'd have a second one in the arsenal. All right, enough of this. Have a good one. See ya on Wicker Media.